All right, I'm here with Sam Riley, aka Samsonite Prime, looking at his first place deck from the Mognet series, Summoner Series, Ifrit. So tell me a little bit about your deck, Sam.
Sure, yeah. Basically, it's a deck that I designed to prey on the lightning decks.
Nice,
As
nice.
I was mostly worried about lightning being very well positioned. I really like Orlando. I like obviously Alcid's always going to be good.
Yep.
Not going to get any worse. I really like Behemoth and I like Dragon. So I guess I could have just played that deck.
I was
Um,
gonna say, yeah.
but I was
then,
also
go
worried
on.
about someone doing what I did.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah. So why did you choose? Well, I guess you kind of answered that already. But so why did you choose this particular deck? Like why this combination? Why water earth? Why that element combination?
Well, so I started with I definitely want to play Minwoo. That's the card I
Yep.
want to play.
Yep.
Um, and then I like Gao. I think Gao is kind of nuts.
Yep.
And then with that, obviously like Cognizant is good, and that's actually good against lightning decks too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The where Earth came in though,
Yep. This is
is
the
that
interesting
I
part.
knew, yeah, I knew that I wanted to be able to beat Emperor.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
because going into the format, I knew that Emperor was going to probably be the best card. And
Yep.
I mean, when you look online, you see a lot of people talking about how oh, Emperor's so good because it beats monsters, it beats monsters, it beats monsters. It's like, yes, it does, but it beats so much more than monsters.
Yep.
I don't even think Emperor is good
100%.
because it beats monsters. There's just so many other cards. For example, take Shadow. I think Shadow is insane,
Yep. That's
and
cool. Yeah.
it just shuts down Shadow.
Yep.
So I knew I wanted to be that also, and then so that the end came Shantoto.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
what I did notice though is that Shantoto wasn't enough because I don't have Hectaton Cheer.
Yeah.
Not that I'm interested in blowing up my own Shantoto anyway, but it is a play I've done before, so I'm not totally against it.
Yeah, that's fair. I believe that for sure.
Yeah, but I don't have that. So
Well, I guess
answering the first Emperor is fine.
Yeah.
How am I going to answer the next few Emperors was the next question.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Is that where Old Mate Raban comes into it?
That is where Rabon comes in.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Rabon just never dies in my deck. I have
Yep.
Adamantoise to save him. I have Cecil to save him. He's just the idea is not that he's not going to die.
Yeah.
I actually had a Goblin in earlier before.
Yeah,
an
good
earlier
old
build.
Goblin. That's cool.
Yeah, I actually like Goblin quite a bit.
Yeah,
he
that's
just
fair.
didn't make the final cut.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, you've got like 12 monsters already.
And he's not a water monster, so
Yeah.
it doesn't work so great with Cognazo.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I see. Yeah, I see. You also have 3 Green Dragon as well. That is like more than I would expect. Tell me why you have so many Green Dragon.
So Green Dragon is on the outside worse than Malboro for sure.
All right, yeah.
But a lot of times there are two situations come up. One, I play the Gao and I want an immediate blocker or I want an immediate attacker. So I want to be able to get something to push through damage or slow down damage.
Yep.
And Green Dragon does that. A lot of times Tom Berries actually does the same thing. It'll slow down the attack because it can't attack into my Gao. But
Yep.
if they just kill your Gao, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I
and
noticed there's. So I was gonna say, I noticed there's no Lena in here, so I guess it's good to have something like instead when you normally have like Lena gives you like kind of the 2 bodies. Like this time you got Gao to give you the 2 bodies with the Green Dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Lena is just insane. I think Lena is like an insane
Oh
card.
yeah, I agree 100%.
And then I imagine most of everybody that's building their monster deck is including like Mirrors and Realm. The problem is like I said, is my entire strategy is to beat Mono Lightning.
Yeah.
None of my guys are going to die to the Al Cid combo with a Minwoo in play.
Yeah,
That's my
definitely.
goal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you don't have Mirror in here actually. Like I understand why you don't have Realm because I don't think Realm is like that good really. But Mirror,
Yeah.
like, is there a particular reason you're running or just didn't make the cut?
All right, so Mirror is obviously like a very good card and very powerful, but it just dies to the Al Cid. That's the problem.
Right, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play a deck where the idea is that I feel like against the Lightning matchup, the first person to commit the forward to the board a lot of times loses,
Yeah, that's fair.
and Mirror forces you to do that.
yeah.
On top of that, when I'm playing the other decks, you eventually hit hand size where you have to play something into their Al Cid that just feels bad.
Yeah.
But
for
in
sure.
this deck, you can play monsters. You can play Adamantoise. You can play Cleone. You can just play Tonberries on an empty board is fine. You can play Green Dragon or Magic Pot. So you don't hit the hand size, and then they're forced to play the first guy, and then you can react.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. That's sick. So did it all work as you intended during the tournament? Like everything went pretty smoothly?
I mean, I won.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I realized that's yeah. So I guess it must have then, right?
Everything went as smooth as you could possibly imagine. I mean,
Nice.
there are definitely some hands that you open with the mulligan, and you're playing pretty expensive deck. You know, I don't have any 2-drops besides Green Dragon.
Actually,
really.
yeah. Maybe on that note, then, was there much aggro around, and would it have been a threat to you?
Yeah, there was definitely aggro. I played against some pretty aggressive decks.
Yeah.
So the thing is like those decks can't beat so you have to set up your board correctly. Like, there's a lot of times where like you just play Cognizant or Ash, and you actually just pitch another card to play Cleone or Adamantoise. Just straight pitch another card because you know that as long as you protect those 2 cards in the aggro matchups, they're not going to get through.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice.
Right.
Nice.
So it just depends on how you do it. The other thing is like I walked around between matches as much as I could and looked to see what I'm playing. If I saw that my opponent was on like the Ice Fire, the aggro version, or if they were on like the Chocobo deck or something like that, like
still gets played. All right, then go on. Yep.
Yeah, I immediately want to play like on my first turn 2 backups or 3 if I can.
Yeah,
because I just want to set it up so that I can Shantoto and discard as little as possible to Shantoto.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel that Shantoto would definitely help a lot with aggro for sure, and Ash as well.
Right.
Which is a good point. Yeah, and obviously Cag, but Cag's just the best.
Right, Cag's just insane. Right.
Is, yeah.
The card that I wasn't sure about even afterwards is Summoner. I think the card is strong in like a vacuum. We already have Cleone though.
Yeah.
And then I kept up Summoner a lot. The problem is that since I don't have Zidane or any other way to look at my opponent's hand, I don't know how much it messed with them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I did keep it up quite a bit, and then I just never really lost a summon.
Which are
so
the
that's
main
cool.
summons? Because that doesn't hit that. Like, there's only a select amount of summons that hits, right? What are the main ones? It's like Shiva is an obvious one, right? Is there any others that kind of stops that you're semi-worried about?
Yeah. Well, Shiva's bad if I don't have Astrologian or if I don't have Ash, but I don't want to get Hectatoned.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah.
Right. Like I just like I don't want them to like kill my Minwu, for example, and just so if you look at the deck, you see like you play like Emperor, and then you have like 12,000 ways to protect Emperor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
But one of the best cards in the deck is Minwu, and the only way to protect it is Summoner. I mean, Cleone helps too, but
yeah, no,
that's
cool.
the idea.
Awesome.
That's the idea. You know, if I was playing, for example, like when I play Raban, I have tons of ways to protect it. I have Adamantoise, I have Cecil. You know, I have these ways to protect it. But like Minwu, I want more than just the Cleones. In other words.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, is there
as you can see, I'm playing more than 2 Minwu. I mean, everyone's just playing 2 Minwu. I think. Like,
I find that weird as well. I think like Minwu's a 3-off for sure. Like the card just does way too much for nothing, right?
Yeah. When your opponents are playing, your opponent plays 3 archers for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, they don't play 2 archers. They're playing 3 archers, and there's a reason for that.
I think every element, people even don't even realize that most elements do have like some level of like chip damage is the word people use. Like even just like blockers, right? But then you've got Ice even has random like chip stuff in it. You know, they got like Celis and stuff like that just does random crap here and there, like Avatar, Genesis Avatar, stuff like that. And then obviously fire,
Sid Reigns,
yeah, and Wind have heaps of it as well. Like, even Earth have Data Lumen now. There's just so many things that Minwu's like, nah, Seeps.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure.
I'll Sid. You know,
yeah. I mean, yeah, we've talked about that for sure. So what would you change if you played again? Would you take out the summoners and replace them with a different backup?
I think that I would.
Which one?
So Unit H for sure is
nice.
So if you look, you see I have exactly 0 X-Bursts.
Yes, I do see that.
That doesn't change that my opponents attack differently because of it, which can be a good thing. But it's like, you know, whenever my opponent attacks me, I know that I'm not hitting anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Unit H hits that, but it also stops like Renoa, which I think is important.
Yeah.
And one card that people, I think, if you want to beat this deck that really helps is Emperor Zonde is very good against it, particularly if you can make him a 10k.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because then he screws Cecil over, yeah.
Right. And the deck does struggle with 10ks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, Tonberries obviously helps with that.
Yeah. And Cat, right, but yeah.
Well, right, and Cognazo's good. Yeah. And if you're going to, like, do the Cognazo play, then, like, it's hard to deal with it. But, like, I mean, I guess you could Tama it in, too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, that's a card I want to, like, hear about. Tama. Tell me about Tama. Because that's a really to me, it's odd. So go on. Please explain.
Tama is very good though.
Yeah.
I mean, so the number of things, like I Tama'd and Tonberries. I kid you not. For
nice.
It completely blew out my opponent. You Tama and Cecil. It's expensive and it's very, very good though.
Yeah, well, if
when
you get
there's
that
no-
on
yeah.
like a something semi-expensive from them, right? That's nuts. Like if they
Right, exactly. Like a
That's
Bahamut. It's what
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I did actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
I Tama
that's cool.
in the Cecil and a Bahamut. It was very good. You can Tama in the Gao, which is very crazy. If you Tama in the Gao and you get back a Tonberries or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
that is pretty sick. Yeah,
Tommy, I did the Cognazo during my semifinals match.
Yeah,
My opponent
nice.
attacked me, and I was like, "All right, I'll bring in Cognazo and block." And he's just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's sick.
okay,
Yeah,
that's a thing."
seems pretty awesome. Nice. Yeah, I like that a
Right?
lot.
Yeah.
Did you get much use out of Magic Pot?
Out of Magic Pot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I Magic Potted Raban more than I Magic Potted Cognazo, which
Yeah.
seems kind of silly, but it's just the way it worked out. Like
Oh, I guess that
a
makes
lot of
sense.
times, I just like Raban, Magic Pot, kill 2 of your dudes, and then pop that Mantoise to save my Raban.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
No, that's cool. Yeah, definitely.
for 5 CP, it's pretty sweet to kill 2
For
guys
sure,
and draw
yeah.
a card. You know.
That's awesome. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So it definitely proved it was decent. It was
Yeah,
pretty good.
awesome. So that like, is there anything else you feared you would have not wanted to play against at all? I guess we've pretty much talked about everything.
The card that probably beats me is probably like Minerva. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, no, that fair enough. Yeah,
Like
I can believe
Minerva
that.
also shuts down Emperor. Like man, Minerva does so much.
I know, I
people
love
just-
Minerva. Yeah, she's such a cool
Yeah,
card.
right. It just shuts down everything. Like I would much rather play or Minerva in my deck if Emperor wasn't so good
Yeah.
right now.
I feel that
So,
same.
like-
I get that a lot as well.
Yeah, if I wanted to beat the mirror match, I'd just play Minerva, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, all your characters don't have abilities. This is sweet.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool. Pretty
And
awesome.
not to mention it's a 10k. It's very hard to kill.
Yeah, for sure. No, that card's really cool. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
and I think
Yeah.
like people like I don't know. People just need to get better. Like the game's
Yeah.
gonna take a while for people to fully like mature, play skill wise. But
I
like,
agree. But
I think people will just be like, oh well, you can't. When you play Minerva, I'll just Shin Toto. It's like, well, no, like you know, anyone that's decent that's playing against the deck is gonna keep not play Minerva until after Shin Toto play or have a scholar up. Like it's you're
well-
never going to ever kill my Minerva. I promise.
yeah, for sure. Well, I feel like that's a problem. Like now, people are actually finally realizing like the Emperor is so nuts. But like before,
Right, yeah.
you talk about how good the Emperor was, and people be like, "Oh, but they just remove it. Oh, it's a removal magnet. Like, oh, it doesn't actually do anything by itself and stuff." And it's like, it doesn't. But like, their deck doesn't stop playing the moment Emperor hits the field. Like, they
Right,
have an Emperor,
exactly.
Like, the Emperor doesn't have to win them the game by itself. But the fact that their deck is functioning completely, fully, while yours is like at half or less capacity, like then that is a threat for sure.
It is, and although the Emperor does win games by itself.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, it
But it
can
does.
as well. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
also
right.
nuts.
It shuts down some decks, and then some decks just can't play against it.
Yeah.
I played against a deck that was like it had Shadow, and it was trying to like it played like Bahamut's and Raidens.
Yeah.
And it just was like, oh, I'm just gonna discard these cards if I draw too many of them. But then it's like, okay, I can't even do that. And now he has Cleone on the board. I can't even cast them either.
Yep.
Just such a blowout.
Yeah.
for
Now
me.
the Emperor Cleo and Minwu like setup is just so like disgustingly degenerate.
I
I
mean-
actually hate its existence, honestly. But yeah.
Right with Adamantoise, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's also just another way that in Cecil, like you're just not like in Scholar. I mean, I don't know, man. That guy's not dying.
No,
Like-
I agree. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Like clearly the deck, like my deck would much rather play Dark Kefka and be like, sweet, look at all these synergies.
Yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Kefka is
yeah.
awesome. But it's like, yeah, or I could just play Emperor and then not lose. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I agree. I feel that for sure. So, do you have any other thoughts on like Opus 4 format overall?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I think the format is really, really sweet.
Yeah, awesome.
Like I built this deck and we called it Frankenstein's Monsters, and it looks like a monster. It just looks very strange. The card choices are very odd. I every card is in there for a reason,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is just like the surface of it. Like people need to like scrap their thoughts on like their lightning deck and just start over.
That is, yeah, I agree 100%. That's why I feel like I keep telling people, they're like, oh, I'm playing this deck, and it's like an Opus 3 deck, and they've like modified it, and it's like you kind of have to build up from like you have to just start. It's a new format,
Right.
You build from scratch, like you build everything up. Get rid of your
my
notions. Go on, sorry.
My favorite card is Garnet, not even close. Like I think Garnet, or maybe Fostoya actually, but like Garnet is just insane. Like it's like it has so many abilities on that one card. It literally like Garnet has 5 abilities
Oh yeah,
that
it's
are like
way
some
above the
hidden.
3 costs like power
Right,
level.
right.
Yeah.
But like so when you're building a water deck, like you just start with 3 Garnets, right? So here's my water deck. I have 3 Garnets. And it's like, well, no, I
No.
can't do that. Like I need to think about like Like I think Gao is like one of the most important cards. Emperor is more important, and Garnet doesn't protect them as nearly as well as like Cleone does. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
And Adamantoise, and like those Adamantoise and Cleone are going to protect a lot more. And so I can't run monsters and a bunch of summons. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Steiner's another point. Like Steiner is like, oh man, but it could get you if you played Iku or you played if you played any of the backups that you from the 9 package. It's like, yeah, I could play that, and no doubt that that's good. But I'd much rather just be able to tap my Cecil so he doesn't have to block.
Yeah, exactly. When you've only got 50 slots, right? And like, if you have a strategy and you build around that strategy, that's going to take up a large amount of your slots, and then you can't just chuck in whatever the hell you want whenever you want. Especially
you shouldn't.
Well.
People do that.
No, I agree. I agree. For sure. Yeah, this notion of like, oh, I can't not play this, and it's like, well, you can not play that.
Yeah, I think that if anyone wanted, not that I'm like an expert deck builder, I just happen to do well with this deck, and I like it. It's fun. But if I have any advice for anyone on deck building, it's that there should be no sacred cows, man.
Yep.
Like every card is completely cuttable. If you ask me in this deck, like what card can't be cut, I'm like I'm just staring at the list right now. And like, there's definitely room for like every one of these cards to change. Yeah. I can see, like if I want to play 3 Minwu, and that's the way I built the deck. But if you took away Minwu, you'd have to make some other changes. But like, it's not absurd.
Yeah.
Just make sure there's no sacred cows. Don't go into saying like I want to play 3 the light Cloud L's because that's just the best card in the world, and it is a really cool card. But like, don't go into the format just thinking that.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
I mean, to be fair, I went into this format thinking I'm going to play Mirror. Mirror is nuts. I want to play Mirror.
Yep.
And then this is what came about from me wanting to play Mirror. Whole bunch of monsters, no Mirror.
A deck without Mirror, yeah. It's funny how that happens sometimes, hey? Make a deck with one idea and you end up with a completely different deck. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, thanks a lot for that. Cheers for the insight. And that's sick. And congratulations. Probably should have said that at some point.
Man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I was really happy when I saw you on. That's awesome. Cheers to that, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Cheers.